for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
This is the receiver turned running back, Cordero Patterson. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. Antoine Winfield up from the secondary with a tackle. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
A good chance this is 4 down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. The sack by the Super Bowl champion and Pro Bowler Jason Pierre-Paul. So on 4th down, on is the punter Pat O'Donnell to kick it away. Back deep, Antonio Brown. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
First down, Buccaneers.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
So after the INT, it's Kaepernick. He'll complete this one to Patterson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
On 2nd down, here's Kaepernick. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Well, he is out of bounds inside the 30. Say what you want, but Kaepernick's still one of the best at doing that as the scramble gets him a first. Clock running under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. And it's caught. This duo locked in. 14 yards there and a 1st down.
4 yards. That's another Bears.
He'll try to run this one in. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Cordero Patterson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears have taken the early lead. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears.
That's the score. Bears 7, Buccaneers 0. Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Taken in at the 3. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Throwing now is Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 28. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. A rare pick 6 thrown by Tom Brady. He'd thrown only 14 regular season pick 6s in his career coming into this season. A couple others in the playoffs, the one to Robert Alford in Super Bowl 51. And you might remember the Titans' Logan Ryan doing it late in the wild card round loss a season ago. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
Comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2.
From the gun, it's Brady. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Brown. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 39. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Have some of this.
Picked off near the 34. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Akeem Hicks able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Letting one go deep here for Gronk. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 27. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Flush to his right. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Brady going to find Jones here out of the backfield. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And now it's second down.
As we've seen, their first 2 drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
And now a fumble. Brady loses the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. Escaping the pressure right. The 20. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Antonio Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bucs are able to close the gap just a bit. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7.
21. Buccaneers 7. Ryan Suckup set to kick off.
Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Let's go, let's go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious.
Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
So after the INT, it's Brady. Open man is Howard, the tight end. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. To throw again on second down. Brady flushed out right. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Throwing on first down is Brady. The left side completion to Jones. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Again, they'll throw with Brady. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete with 12 seconds left.
Intended for Ronald Jones. Incomplete. It's third down and goal from the 5-yard line.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. Brady to throw again. Brings up fourth down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
Incomplete. It's fourth down and goal at the 5-yard line.
Well, they're going to try this. They need 5 full yards to hit the end zone here on fourth and goal, but they're going for it. Brady to throw for it on fourth down. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he will be brought down well shy of the goal line. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And they'll get him down up past the 15. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. Here's Cohen now to return. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 51 yards.
29-yard line.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Here's Patterson. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Working from the gun. It's Kaepernick. Flush to his right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. A quick throw by Kaepernick complete. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year as the Bears push further out in front. And he's got it up and through.
Makes the score Bears 28. Buccaneers.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, the throw by Brady knocked away, incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jones. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. On play action, it's Brady. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Khalil Mack able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
3rd and 13.
Now a play fake. Brady. They'll roll him out right. And that is incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have picked up right where they left off in half number one, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that, because so many times you go into the half after playing well, and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now. They fake the give. Now Kaepernick. And he's going to go down. It's a sack on Kaepernick. Devin White coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Here's 3rd and long. Kaepernick needing a big play to counteract the sack. To throw is Kaepernick. Being chased, and he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave him with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd.
Shotgun now for Brady. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First down
from midfield. Here's Brady. Forced out to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Incomplete. Intended for Chris Godwin. It leads to 2nd and 10.
We're glad you're with us from Soldier Field in Chicago. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Brady. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Ronald Jones, incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Brady again. Open man has got one. It's complete. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Oh, he's thinking end zone for Evans. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
He sets up the screen to Jones. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 14. Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6th one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. On play action, it's Kaepernick rolling to his right, looking deep for Gabriel, incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete. Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. With it is Brown. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Buster Screen. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs 27. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
3rd and 2.
To throw, it's Kaepernick. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Disaster there, resulting in a loss of 7 on 3rd down.
Well, that wasn't exactly a thing of beauty. I know they completed the pass, but look at the yardage lost. I mean, who does that make happy?
That's why I don't play in PPR points per reception fantasy leagues right there.
You'd be really
You don't deserve
upset,
anything
right?
for that.
But you get credit for it? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Well, I know whoever has this team's defense, they were happy about that play.
After the field goal, on to kick it away, it's Pinheiro.
From just inside the 20, a short kick. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
19-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. The sack there by Roquan Smith.
Loss of 14 yards.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Brady. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Brady, now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Pulled in at the 24. A big hitter that time in the punt game. 66 yards on the boot. And the Bears take over.
At their own 33-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Another good run there there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Once more, they turn to Patterson. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Kaepernick wants to throw on 3rd and 1. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
1st down.
And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
They run with Patterson. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They'll keep it on the ground. Patterson. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got